Hello friends, Namaskar. I am Dr. Anagha Kale from Brihan Maharashtra College of Commerce. We have seen in last lecture of bookkeeping and accountancy that what is the need of partnership and partnership final accounts introduction also we have seen. Now in this lecture we are going to see what are the different steps to solve the problem of partnership final accounts, and in our textbook question number 1 in unsolved problem is given. So we'll be solving that problem also. So for solving partnership final accounts problem, there are different steps. If we follow those steps correctly, then we can solve our problem in correct time and will not miss the posting of any of the items. Partnership final accounts problem will be given in the format of trial balance and different adjustment below the trial balance. So first we are going to read the trial balance carefully. In trial balance, as all of us are knowing, that balances are given for expenses, income, assets, liabilities on the last day. So all those balances will be checking, and the items which are given in the trial balance will read carefully so that we can identify that where to post a particular expense or income or asset or liability. Next step, as the adjustments are given below the trial balance, we have seen in standard 11 that all the adjustments are having minimum 2 effects. So those adjustments will read and will tick the items from the trial balance for which the adjustments are there, so that those ticked items will be posting the amounts in inner column, that is in adjustment column. After identifying the items from trial balance, we have to post it to trading account, profit and loss account, and in balance sheet. So all direct expenses and income will be showing in trading account. All indirect expenses and income will be showing in profit and loss account, and different types of assets and liabilities in balance sheet. Moving ahead with the next step, we'll start posting the items from trial balance one by one to all statements and accounts. So as simultaneously we'll be posting the items from trial balance, we should have all our ledgers, that is trading, P&L, capital account, and even the statement, that is balance sheet, ready with us so that we can simultaneously. After posting all the items from trial balance, first we are going to do the implied adjustment or the hidden adjustment. Now, which particular adjustment is implied? If it is given in trial balance itself, instead of giving it separately below the trial balance. So these adjustments are also called as hidden adjustment, as we are going to identify these adjustments. It will not be given separately. We'll identify it and we'll do it. So these adjustments will be doing first, then the adjustments, real adjustments which are given below the trial balance. So all these adjustments will have 2 effects, either in trading or P&L, or trading and balance sheet, or P&L and balance sheet, like that. After posting all the things, that is all trial balance items, then all the adjustments, we have to start closing or balancing the accounts. So first we'll be closing trading account, then so we'll close trading account and we'll find out gross profit or gross loss, which will be transferring to profit and loss account. Then we'll close this profit and loss account and we'll be finding balancing amount as net profit or net loss, and we'll be transferring it to partners capital or current account in their profit sharing ratio. After transferring net profit or net loss to partners current account, in this step we are going to close our partner capital or current account, and balances of this capital account or current account will be transferring to balance sheet, and finally our balance sheet should tally automatically. So these are going to be the steps for solving the problem of partnership final accounts. So if we follow these steps and do the posting one by one, then definitely we can solve the problem of partnership final accounts perfectly. Now we'll see few adjustments which we have seen in last year also. Still those adjustments are there in this year also, and few of the adjustments which are new, which are related with the partners. First adjustment, that is the common one all of us are knowing, that is of the closing stock. So for closing stock, as all adjustments are having minimum 2 effects, first effect will be showing it on credit side of trading account, and second effect it is shown on asset side in balance sheet. Then outstanding expenses. Now these are the expenses which are not yet paid, that is called as outstanding. So first effect, we have to add this particular expense on the debit side of, either if it is in trading account then in trading, or we have to add it in P&L if it is in profit and loss account. That is first effect. And second effect for these outstanding expenses will be showing it on liability side in balance sheet. Then next adjustment is of prepaid expense. Prepaid expense are the expenses which are paid in advance. So these expenses are not related to current year, and we are showing all the expenses which are related to current year only in our final accounts. So first effect is we are deducting it from the debit side of trading account, or if it is in P&L account then from P&L account. And second effect, we are showing it on asset side in balance sheet. Then same way the adjustment is related to income also, that is income received in advance. Now this is pre-received income. So for this income, services are not yet provided by us, but already the amount is received, that is pre-received income. So as this income is not related to current year, we have to deduct it from the P&L account on credit side, and second effect, balance sheet liability side, as we are liable to provide the service for this particular income which is received in advance. Next adjustment is of income receivable. So income receivable is same like our outstanding expense. So this is accrued income, income receivable. So already the services are provided for this income, but the amount is not received. So it is related to current year. So we have to add it in the P&L account on credit side and balance sheet asset side. Then new bad debts. Now there are different adjustments which are related to bad debts RDD. Bad debts which are shown in trial balance or RDD which is shown in trial balance is called as old bad debts or old RDD, and the bad debts or RDD which is given in the adjustment is new bad debt or new RDD. Now new bad debts will be showing on debit side of profit and loss account, and secondly we are deducting it from debtors in the balance sheet. Moving ahead with the next adjustment, that is for reserve for doubtful debts. As we have seen in case of new bad debts, we are showing it in debtors as well as on P&L side, P&L debit side. Same way for new RDD, we'll be showing it on debit side of P&L account, and we are going to deduct it from debtors. While showing RDD, first we should deduct bad debts from debtors, then on net amount we should find out RDD. This bad debts and debtors we can combine, and net amount we can show in P&L account, or we can show bad debts and RDD adjustment separately in our profit and loss account. Next is depreciation. Depreciation is reduction in the value of asset. As it is loss for us, first effect debit side of profit and loss account, and reduction in the value of asset. So secondly we'll be showing it on balance sheet on asset side, and we are deducting that depreciation amount from the particular asset. Next adjustment is of unrecorded purchases. Purchases are directly related with the creditors. These are unrecorded, so we have to add back that amount into creditors which are shown on liability side of the balance sheet, and we have to add purchases, that particular amount which are shown on debit side of trading account. Then unrecorded sales, same like unrecorded purchases, these unrecorded sales we have to show in debtors as well as in sales. We'll be adding the amount into the debtors which are shown on asset side, that is first effect, and second effect will be adding it in sales which are shown on credit side of trading account. Bills receivable dishonored. Now this is the amount which is receivable. If the bills are dishonored, means bounced, that particular amount will not be getting. So we have to less it from the bills receivable which are shown on asset side, and as that amount is not received, again our debtors will increase, because again that amount is receivable from the person. So we'll be adding that amount of bills dishonored into the debtors which are shown in balance sheet. Same way, bills payable dishonored. Now this is the amount which is payable by us. So if those bills are not paid, then again our liability will increase. So first effect will be deducting it from the bills payable which are shown on liability side, and again our creditors will increase. Again we have to pay that amount to the creditors, so we'll be adding it in creditors. So in case of bills receivable dishonored and bills payable dishonored, both the effects you can see on same side, that is in case of bills receivable dishonored on asset side, in case of bills payable dishonored, both the effects are there on liability side of the balance sheet. Moving ahead with the next adjustment, interest on capital. Now interest on capital is expense for the partnership business. So we are showing it on debit side of profit and loss account, and it is related with the partner. That particular interest is payable to the partner. So on credit side of partners capital or current account, we are showing it. Then interest on drawings. This amount is paid by the partner to the firm, so it is income for the business. So it will be shown on credit side of profit and loss account. That is first effect. And second effect, it will be shown on debit side of partners current or capital account. Next adjustment is of advertisement, and if it is given, it is for 4 years. That is the peculiar example of deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue expenditure means the expenditure which is paid in lump sum and we are getting benefit for next few years. So now this advertisement expenditure is paid once, but we are getting benefit for 4 years. So how to show it? Now first we'll be showing 1/4 of the amount, that is the amount which is related to current year, on debit side of P&L account, and remaining 3/4 which is for next 3 years, that is the prepaid one or the advance amount paid. So that will be shown on asset side in the balance sheet as prepaid advertisement expenditure. Next is again salaries or rent paid. It is given in bracket for 10 months. Now we have discussed what is implied or hidden adjustment. Now this is going to be the hidden adjustment if it is given in the trial balance. So now we have to identify that the amount which is given in trial balance is of the 10 months only. So for remaining 2 months, the amount is not yet paid. So we have to consider that 2 months amount is outstanding. So first effect will be adding that particular amount in the salary or rent which is shown on debit side of P&L account, and secondly will be showing that outstanding salary or rent on liability side in balance sheet. Then 10% government bonds. 10% is the rate of interest which is receivable on government bonds. So that 10% interest amount will find out, will show that interest amount on credit side of profit and loss account. That is first effect. And secondly will be showing that amount on asset side. We can add the amount as interest receivable to the amount of government bonds. Next we'll move ahead with the 16% investments that is given and purchased on 1st January. Accounting year ends on 31st March. So that is the amount which is receivable. So investment for 3 months on credit side of profit and loss account. Now 16% is again rate of interest, and these investments are purchased on 1st January. So we have to calculate interest from 1st January to 31st of March for 3 months. So we'll be showing the interest for 3 months on credit side of P&L, and we'll be adding the interest amount on asset side in balance sheet. Then 10% loan. So 10% loan, again it is borrowed on 1st January in same accounting year which is ending on 31st of March. So we have to pay the interest for 3 months. So the interest payable amount will be showing on debit side of P&L account, and second effect will be adding that interest payable in the loan amount which is shown on liability side. And last one, that is rent received. Again, this is implied adjustment in trial balance itself. If it is given in bracket for 11 months, means 1 month interest is not yet received. So we'll be calculating what is the rent for 1 month, and that particular rent will be adding in the rent received amount which is shown on credit side of P&L account, and the amount of rent which is receivable is asset for us. So second effect will be showing it in balance sheet on asset side. So here we have discussed few of the adjustment already which we have seen in previous year. Still will be continuing with the adjustments, same adjustments, and again the adjustments which are related with the partners also. So now we'll start solving the problem. This is the problem in our textbook. This is problem number 1 which is given in the textbook in partnership final accounts. So trial balance and adjustments are given. This is the problem of Amit Bhai and Narendra Bhai. These are the partners. They are sharing profits and losses equally. So we are having trial balance and different adjustment. As we have discussed the steps, first step is obviously we have to see the adjustments and will be ticking the items which are given in the trial balance wherever adjustments are there. First adjustment is related to stock on hand on 31st March, that is the closing stock. Then uninsured goods. Then there is RDD. So RDD is related with debtors. So first we'll be ticking debtors. Then we are having fourth adjustment as Mr. Patil, our customer, become insolvent and could not pay his debt of 500. So that is the adjustment of new bad debts. So again it is related to debtors. So in trial balance we are having debtors as well as bad debts. So we'll be taking that. Then outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses are of rent and salary. So we'll be taking rent and salary which is there in trial balance. Then depreciate factory building and furniture. So this is the adjustment for factory building and furniture which is having the debit balance in trial balance. So we'll be taking factory building which is the second item in trial balance, and then furniture is there, that also will take. So now after taking the adjustment which is our first step, we have to start posting one by one the items which are given in trial balance. So we have to keep trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet ready with us. In case of partners capital account, either we can show capital account separately or we can show capital account in balance sheet itself. Now we'll start posting. See first one, plant and machinery is there, 2,80,000. So we have to show it in balance sheet. We can see in balance sheet on asset side, first item, plant and machinery, as there is no adjustment, plant and machinery is directly shown in outer column. Then secondly, we are having factory building, same way it is asset. So on asset side, as factory building is having adjustment, it is shown in inner column, that is in adjustment column. Next in trial balance are sundry debtors, 28,700. Debtors are also having adjustment. So in balance sheet, you can see sundry debtors are there on asset side and different adjustments are also shown. Then we are having purchases. Purchases we should show in trading account. So in trading account, first opening stock is there, then purchases. Bad debts are there. These are the bad debts which are given in trial balance. So old bad debts. Old bad debts we can show in P&L account as only one effect is there. So we have to show it in P&L account on debit side. So P&L debit side we can see two bad debts, 500. Then sales returns. Sales returns we have to deduct from sales. So in trading account on credit side we are having buy sales, below that less returns, 2,200. Then 10% government bond and implied adjustment is there for interest. Government bonds will be showing in balance sheet. In balance sheet you can see on asset side below the factory building, bonds are shown in adjustment column, 40,000. Then import duty is there. Import duty is again direct expense which will be shown in trading account. So trading account debit side import duty is 1,800. Then legal charges are indirect expenses. So in profit and loss account on debit side, you will find legal charges 2000. Motive power is the power to operate the machinery. So direct expense, trading account, debit side. To motive power 12,000. Then warehouse rent is there. Warehouse rent is related with the distribution purpose. So it is indirect expense shown in P&L account. P&L account debit side below legal charges will find warehouse rent in outer column directly 1,800. Cash in hand, cash at bank. Now these are the assets. So in balance sheet below freehold property, cash in hand is 20,000, cash at bank is 70,000. Advertisement, it is given for 2 years with effect from 1st January 2019. So again, this is deferred revenue expenditure. So we have to show the implied adjustment. First, we'll be showing it in profit and loss account. So profit and loss account debit side to advertisement in adjustment column will find 10,000. Then salaries are there. Salaries, rent, both are indirect expenses. So P&L account debit side, salaries and rent are shown. Then drawings are there. Drawings are exactly opposite of capital. So we have to deduct it from capital if we are not showing capital accounts separately. So in balance sheet on liability side, you will find capital balance of Amit Bhai and Narendra Bhai, less drawings are shown. If we are showing capital accounts separately, then these drawings will be shown on debit side of capital accounts. Next item is furniture. Furniture is 195,800. Furniture is also having adjustment. So it will be shown in balance sheet inner column. So you can check balance sheet asset side 1,95,800 in adjustment column as there is adjustment of depreciation. Then bills receivable, freehold property, both are assets. So balance sheet asset side freehold property is there and bills receivable. Both the items are not having adjustments, so directly shown in outer column. Freehold property is 41,000 and bills receivable are 20,700 directly shown in outer column. Here we finish posting of all debit balances. Now we'll see credit balances which are given in trial balance. See the credit balances. Capital account balances of Amit Bhai and Narendra Bhai are given. So if we are opening columnar capital account, then these balances will be on the credit side of capital accounts as by balance brought down, opening balances. Now in this problem, we have not opened capital account. We have directly shown it in balance sheet. So you will find these capital balances on liability side. Amit Bhai is having capital 3,50,000 in adjustment column and Narendra Bhai is having capital 3 lakhs. Then sales amount is there. Sales we are showing on credit side. So sales are 1,80,000 credit side of trading account. Returns are already shown. So net amount we can take in outer column, that is 1,77,800. Next is bills payable, which is liability for us. So in balance sheet on liability side, you will find below the capital amount, you will find bills payable 8,500, no adjustment. So directly in outer column. Then discount having credit balance. If the discount is having credit balance, it is gain for us. So profit and loss account, credit side by discount 1,200. Creditors again liability. So balance sheet liability side. Below bills payable, we are having creditors in outer column 38,500. Then RDD, this is reserve for doubtful debts given in trial balance, so old RDD. So old RDD again only one effect, that is in profit and loss account. Profit and loss account credit side will find by RDD 2,700. Either we can show on credit side of profit and loss account, or if we want to club bad debts and RDD together, then this old RDD we have to deduct and will be showing net amount on debit side of profit and loss account. Bank loan is there and purchases returns are there. Bank loan is 15,000 and purchases return are 2,000. Now bank loan is liability. So check in balance sheet on liability side. Below the creditors, we are having bank loan 15,000 and then purchases returns are 2,000. which we should deduct from purchases which are shown on debit side of trading account. So trading account debit side, purchases are 85,500 less returns 2,000. So net purchases shown in outer column are 83,500. Here we finish posting of all trial balance items. Now we have to do the posting of all the adjustments. See, first one, that is the closing stock. So closing stock is having two effects. One effect, trading account credit side by closing stock 43,000. Second effect, balance sheet asset side, last item you will find closing stock 43,000. Then next adjustment, uninsured goods worth rupees 8,000 were stolen. So first effect, trading account credit side, buy goods lost by fire, by theft. So whenever goods are going out for any reason, first effect is trading account credit side. And secondly, you will find it on debit side of profit and loss account, two goods lost by theft 8,000. Next adjustment is create RDD at 2% on debtors. But before doing this adjustment, we have to see the adjustment of bad debts, which is given next. So that is, Mr. Patil, our customer, become insolvent and could not pay his debt of 500. So that is new bad debts, which we'll be doing first. So debtors 28,700 in balance sheet, less new bad debts 500. That is the amount which we couldn't receive from Mr. Patil. And then we'll be doing RDD adjustment, which is 2%. So we'll be finding 2% of 28,200, that is after deducting bad debts. So 28,700 less 500, 28,200, and 2% of 28,200 is 564. So net amount of debtors is 27,636 in outer column. And second effect of these new bad debts and new RDD, in profit and loss account, you will find two bad debts. In that, add new bad debts 500. So total bad debts are 1,000. And then new RDD shown is 564. Next adjustment is of outstanding expenses, that is for rent and salaries. So first effect will be adding these expenses in the rent and salary, which is given in P&L account, that is in profit and loss account. Profit and loss account debit side, two salaries 3,800, and add outstanding 300 in that, and rent is 1,500, add outstanding 800. So in outer column 2,300. Second effect of these outstanding expenses, balance sheet liability side, outstanding rent is 800, salaries are 300. That is going to be the second effect in balance sheet. And now the last adjustment, that is depreciate factory building. Depreciate factory building by 2,500 and furniture by 1,800. So we'll be showing depreciation adjustment, balance sheet asset side, factory building 75,000 less depreciation 2,500, so 72,500. And next depreciation is there for furniture 1,95,800 less depreciation 1,800, 1,94,000. Second effect of depreciation, profit and loss account debit side, two depreciation on building and furniture 2,500 and 1,800. So total depreciation on building and furniture is 4,300. Now before closing, we have to check the implied adjustments. First one is of 10% government bonds purchased on 1st October. So interest on government bonds we have to calculate from 1st October to 31st of March. So we'll be calculating that interest and we'll be adding it in government bonds. So check on asset side, 10% government bonds are there. So 10% government bonds 40,000, add interest on government bonds 2,000. So now for 6 months we have added the interest. So total amount of government bonds is 42,000. And second effect of interest on government bonds, profit and loss account credit side, by interest on government bonds 2,000. Next implied adjustment is related to advertisement. Now advertisement is there for 2 years with effect from 1st January 2019. So in current year advertisement expenditure is there only for 3 months. So in profit and loss account we can see that Prepaid advertisement is there, which is 8750, that is of the deferred revenue expense. So 10,000 less 8750, which are related to next years, so that we are deducting, and 1250 in outer column are indicating the advertisement expenses which are related to current year. Second effect of 8,750, that is prepaid advertisement expense in balance sheet on asset side. Here we finish all the adjustments, also implied adjustments as well as the adjustments which are given below the trial balance. Now we have to start closing. Before closing trading account, P&L account and balance sheet, we should check whether all the amounts are written in outer column after doing the adjustments. Once it is done, then first will be closing trading account. In trading account, we find that credit side is higher, so we are getting balancing amount on debit side, that is of the gross profit. So gross profit is 1,31,500, which is transferred in P&L account on credit side, and then net profit we are calculating, that is 1,12,086, which will get transferred to balance sheet, and finally balance sheet should tally. So here we finish problem number 1. So friends, in this lecture we have seen what are the different steps to solve the problem of partnership final accounts, and we solved first problem from the textbook. So now we can see further what are the different adjustments in next problems.